The curious history of the flagellant movement is a tale of extreme faith, medieval panic, and public spectacle. A vivid reminder of how religion, fear, and desperation can drive people to astonishing lengths. Who were the Flagellants? The Flagellants were bands of Christian zealots, primarily active in 13th to 15th century Europe, who believed that self-inflicted pain could cleanse their sins and bring divine mercy to a suffering world. Their name comes from the Latin flagellare, meaning to whip. They marched from town to town in large processions, publicly whipping themselves with knotted cords, iron-tipped scourges, or spiked whips until their backs ran with blood. Born from crisis, the movement first gained attention during times of great upheaval. The Black Death, 1347 to 1351, as plague ravaged Europe and millions died, people sought answers and atonement. Flagellant groups exploded in popularity, believing the plague was divine punishment. Famine, war, and religious corruption also fed the movement. People saw self-punishment as a way to restore divine order in a chaotic world. Their processions were intense. Flagellants marched in long lines, chanting hymns, praying, and stripping to the waist regardless of weather. At regular intervals, they'd fall to the ground and whip themselves in rhythmic unison. They often wore white robes with red crosses, and the bloody rituals could draw massive crowds, both horrified and inspired. But the church was not amused. At first, some members of the clergy tolerated the Flagellants, seeing their penitence as sincere. But soon, the church grew suspicious. The movement operated independently of church authority. Some flagellant leaders claimed divine visions and began preaching apocalyptic prophecies. Others turned against priests, bishops, and even the Pope, calling them corrupt. In 1349, Pope Clement VI officially condemned the Flagellants, labeling them heretics. In many cities, they were banned, arrested, or executed. Secret survivals and later resurgences. Though the movement faded after the plague, pockets of flagellant activity continued for centuries. Some surfaced again during the Protestant Reformation, the Counter-Reformation, periods of local crisis or religious revival. In some cases, monks and laypeople continued milder forms of flagellation privately, seeing it as a form of spiritual discipline. Was it fanaticism or faith? Historians debate whether the Flagellants were deluded extremists or sincere penitents pushed to the edge by trauma. It's clear that their acts reflected deep religious devotion. They emerged in a time when medicine failed, governments collapsed, and fear reigned. In a world of suffering, they chose pain to reclaim a sense of control. Legacy in culture and psychology. Today, the flagellant movement is often cited in studies of mass hysteria and religious extremism, psychological explorations of guilt and penance, depictions in literature and film, like Ingmar Bergman's The Seventh Seal. Some fringe religious groups still practice ritual self-flagellation, particularly during Holy Week in places like the Philippines, Spain, and parts of Latin America, though modern churches usually discourage it. The Flagellants remind us that, in the darkest times, people have sought salvation not only through faith, but through pain. Their story is a haunting glimpse into the medieval soul, where blood became both a symbol of guilt and hope. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, hit the like button and share it with your friends. Subscribe for more historical oddities videos. As always, thanks for watching.